This is a Glock 19X airgun version made by Umarex. It comes in a cardboard box with the Glock branding. It's chambered in a 4.5mm steel ball bearing. However, you can get copper plated ones such as this, which are good for low ricochet on short ranges such as mine. When we open the box, we have a small pull tab down here, which we can pull up. These bits come out, we pull it back, and we see the gun. So it comes with a bit of bubble wrap to keep it protected, and you can see, when pulling it out, that it comes in a very nice coyote finish. It has an overall length of 190mm, but you can get the same length as the Glock 19, which is why it's called the Glock 19X, because it's a crossover pistol combining the features of a full-size Glock 17 frame and a shortened Glock 19 slide. For faster draw times, it comes with the standard Glock night sights, which are the 3 dots here, which are better for fast target acquisition at night and more accurate shooting. When we release the magazine, we can see that it has a slot here for CO2 to go, which comes in these single 12-gram capsules, which you slide in like this. That one's a bit tight. So then you can slide the base plate forwards like this, relative to where it would be after inserting it into the weapon. So it's rising like this. You want to slide the base plate this way towards the muzzle. You can tighten or loosen it with one of these keys, which comes in the box with the gun. So you insert the long end into the base here and twist it anti-clockwise or left to loosen it, and clockwise or right to tighten it. Once you've loaded in the CO2, you would tighten it like that until it hisses and then stops. Once you have your CO2 loaded, you can then focus on loading the pellets. These, what I'm using, are Excite low ricochet pellets, which are copper plated. When we open up the tin, we see that they are 4.5mm diameter balls with a copper plated finish, which are intended to deform upon impact. When you're ready to load them, you pull down this kind of lever here. So you put your finger here, pull it down to the bottom, and slide it to the left, like that. So you want to pull down and slide across to lock it into position. From there, you can set your magazine down, get your pellets back out, and you can load it like so, placing one pellet in the top, shaking it until it falls down. One pellet in the top, and sometimes they just go straight down like so. Sometimes, if you're holding it at a bit of an angle, they don't go down straight away, so you have to wiggle it around until they do. To unload it, if you've loaded too many, you simply make sure this is at the bottom and empty it like so. Then when you're ready to fire, after loading your pellets, I'll load one just for reference, you put it in to assist to the right and let it go back up, at which point it pushes the pellet into here, which is ready to be fired using the pressure from the CO2 cylinder here. Now that we've covered how to load it, we can now cover why the Glock 19X is special. Now, whilst it does come with an underbarrel safety, like most Glocks, I prefer not to use it, seeing as I would often run a flashlight for faster night target acquisition. It comes with a lanyard ring for a pistol retention lanyard, which clips to your belt. I'll put the picture up now. Moving to the slide, we can see that when it comes back, it only goes back 3/4 of the way, seeing as this is not a full blowback gun. So it has ambidextrous controls with a magazine release on both sides. However, on the right side of the gun, this is not functional. So you simply just press this down, and the slide goes back forwards. This is the magazine release button. It is ambidextrous. I'm not sure whether you can change it on the airgun version. I haven't tried. However, when you press this in, the magazine falls out. When loading the magazine, you don't need to worry about pressing the release. You simply put it in, push through. To release it, you press the button, catch the magazine in your hands like so. The Glock 19X is one of the only Glocks to come with an OEM coloured slide. This means that the slide comes in a colour other than black. The other two Glocks to do it in the main retail market are the 43X and the 48, both coming with a silver slide. Whilst guns with a blue or red slide have been made by Glock for law enforcement or military training, they are not standard on the civilian market. Moving on to the safety. I don't use the underbarrel safety, however technically you should. But I don't, obviously, because we have the 20mm Weaver or Picatinny rail for you to mount a flashlight or other modifications such as a nano laser. Now that we're out on the range, we can load the weapon and fire 3 groups of 3 shots. So we insert the magazine, pull the slide back, and we're ready to fire. So we can line up the 3 dots, the top of the front block on the target, and fire. Let's check the accuracy of that. Now we can engage the safety on the bottom of the barrel, and safely reholster the gun. There was the grouping of the first 3 shots. When we're out of ammo, the slide will lock back to indicate that we need to reload.